Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friday night's Paranormal Question of the Day. We're right back right after the short intro. All right, and we are back. So tonight, a bit of change of plans. My guest, I think, must have had some internet issues or something, but she is not able to come on tonight. So tonight, I guess it's free form. So I guess whatever you guys would like to talk about, this could be a long discussion, a short discussion. It's up to you. So we'll just wait for people to pop on in, and we'll go from there. So we'll just talk, I guess. In a very lonely world right now. But anyhow, we have Felix in the back here. If you haven't noticed by now. And what is she holding? I got her holding a laser grid pen. So, see if she turns it on or whatnot, but it won't happen. But anyhow, so like I said, it's free form tonight. Whatever you would like to talk about, just let me know, shoot me a message, or if somebody would like to come on in. Hey, Kim, how you doing? So, free form tonight, Kim. Hey, Penny. Yeah, all is good. I just think Shea must have an internet issue that she's not able to come on tonight. So I'm here with Felix. If you didn't know, Kim, you might like this. Felix, I got her holding a laser grid pen. So. Who knows? Maybe she'll chuck it at me or something. I don't know. But yeah, whatever you guys want to talk about tonight, I'm up for it. I kind of want to talk about some experiments I'm going to be trying next weekend. So I don't know if you all know that next weekend I'll be going to Edinburgh Manor, or for if Kat's listening, or William, Edinburgh. I'll be doing it Friday night, and then Saturday night I'll be at Broadhead Manor. So I get a twofer next weekend. So that should be a lot of fun. And one of the experiments that I'm going to try with Will, or whoever wants to do it with me, is, so I'm going to have 2 tripods. And they're going to be up pretty tall, so that way the camera can catch it and stuff. And I'm going to have some balloons, and I'm going to put some lights in the balloons. So the idea is get into a location that there's not hardly any wind, and it's just still air. And hey, Tom. Hey, Yvette. So the plan is with the balloons and with them being lit up, is to see if I can get Spirit to move one of the balloons on command, or maybe even pop the balloon, however it would work. And I think someone have done this on the shows, and they had a balloon pop, but it's kind of trying to recreate that and see if it actually works. And just have a light. So it's just one of those things that I think that would be interesting. I've never really seen it done on a Facebook Live yet, except for I think it was Chris and Kelly, Traveler's Moon. They had a balloon that had lights in it and just kind of bounced it around and stuff. Ooh, there we go. A BB3 TV game. Interesting. Oh, and look at that. The camera goes all blurry. Come on. Sure. Now I start talking shit and now it goes blurry. All right. I'll join in. Hey, Lori, how you doing? Since my camera gets all back from being all blurry here. What the hell? There we go. Now we're all back. Yeah, that was Destination Fear, and that's one of those things that I always wanted to try. I see that a couple of years back, so I think it'd be a good yeah, can't even talk. It'd be a good experiment to see if it actually works, and just to make sure that weren't playing around and just someone from behind them threw something and popped the balloon that way. But I'm not saying that it happened. I'm just saying that we'll see if it works. And so the other experiment I have is I want to get walkie talkies, and I'm gonna have turn it on and hold it to where the speak position is, and then I'm gonna have a digital voice recorder right next to it. So then I'll take the other walkie talkie and go out of the room and go all sorts of parts of the building and just talk into it and see if I can get any answers on my EVP digital voice recorder. I think that would be an interesting experiment as well. I believe at this point in the game, for paranormal investigations, you can turn anything into an experiment. Whether it be light bars, it could be, whatever. It's just trying to think outside the box. What are yours is idea of thinking outside the box, and how do you feel about it? Do you think it should do it more, or should it do it less? Because I feel being the same as everybody on the TV shows or going out investigating, I think that gets a little redundant and need to switch it up. So what do you all think? And Tom, say hi to Felix. Oh. Anyway, so what are yours as ideas? Love to hear ideas. Yes, new experiments. It's something, I don't know. I really haven't seen a show, and there might be one. I think Ghost Labs was one years ago. I really don't remember it much. And I don't know if it was all based on experiments, or did they go on investigations or whatnot? I'm not sure how that all worked out. So for those of you who have watched Ghost Labs, let me know if they just did experiments or not. But none of my experiments are ever going to involve using a person as a prop. I don't want to put that person at risk and danger for anything else that happens. Hey Tim, how you doing? We had challenge. Hidden object channel. Ooh, that's interesting. Well, that's pretty cool. That's one to definitely think about. I like that. That's a very interesting tactic. So when you say try to find a hidden object, so do you use spirit boxes and go about that? Try to have them spit out clues of where this hidden object might be, or do they have to use other devices? Just give him a moment for him to type up. Hey, Kim. Pray for no wind. It is windy. Yeah. Kat has told me about that the wind and all that stuff. So I imagine probably for that experiment, I'll go down in the basement. Just because it's more wide open. So we'll test the waters out in that. We'll find a location and we'll go live. And Broadhead is, that one is totally like still air all over the place. So I have no worries there. Now, I don't know if you remember, I was at Broadhead for an investigation. I had some issues going live, and so I wasn't able to go live. But I think this time around, it's going to be a little bit easier to go live. I'm not, he was talking about getting the Wi-Fi system set up. So we'll see. If not, but we'll make it work. Can you not? There we go. Wow. That's a good tactic. That's a good one. I might take that one in consideration next weekend. I mean, who doesn't like a little ghost treasure hunt type deal, Right. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that definitely. Because, I mean, Broadhead has, mostly child spirits. So, that would be interesting. Edinburgh has a whole slew of different kind of spirits. And they are intelligent spirits, but it's in a different kind of scale. Wow. 3 years running. That's pretty cool. Hi, Carmen. How you doing? No one wanted. Well, it saves money in your pocket, right? Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I'll use Felix from time to time in locations just to kind of see how she will take. So, I mean, that would get pretty expensive there, Tim, if everybody kept on winning it, You're like, shit, what else have I got to do? So, that's funny, though. But it is a good tactic. I do like that. I like that quite a bit. Kim, that's if you're still in chat. That would be a good one at Malvern. Just hide an object, like you said, hide an object and see if spirit and and all the other devices can help you find it. That would be a very good challenge at Malvern, especially with their intelligence that they have out there. Bring out number one a little bit more. Challenge them in a good way. You know what I mean? But let's see. I'm trying to think of some other ideas that I was gonna bring about. Oops. Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's good, Yvette. Thank you. I wasn't quite sure about Ghost Labs. So, hey, a little bit unright. How you doing? Waffle cakes. Yeah. Sounds good right about now. Well, okay. Now you're talking about Sugar Lips. Okay, I do have a Mountain Dew, so there you go. Yeah, play hide and seek. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now with this, he was saying you should get objects and hide it, Kim. So then that way, uh, spirit can. Uh, um, but yeah, grab an object, hide it, and see how it goes. Yeah, yeah. It's funny. It's a good way to break the ice there a little bit on right. It really does. Um, but what else? Okay, so here's another thing I was thinking about. Okay, now hear me out, and I'm not picking on old people at all. But the older you get, I think like if you get a spirit that's from the 1930s or 40s, you think they'd be like into checkers? You think they'd be into checkers or chess and play games with you on the board? Has anyone tried that one at all? What do you think about that experiment? Or do you think they'll just pick up the stuff and throw it at you? Now, that kind of would hurt. Especially if the pieces are metal. Yeah, I mean, but then again, like I said, if it picked up and throw at you, you don't want a horse in your ear. That would hurt a little bit. But but with checkers, I mean, you got the red and black checkers. See if they can pick up color and or move it. You know, um, maybe come through EVP like king me or something like that, or skip a turn or whatever. I think it'd be interesting, and I always bring that up for older. What we got here? Yeah, poltergeist activity. Right, right. Okay. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, I see what I did. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's these. I know these ideas probably sound really wacky and crazy, but why not? Why not? If they're intelligent, they're gonna move. Play checkers with you, or I know Jenga is gonna be hard, so we can't throw in Jenga. Maybe go fish. I've heard that too before. People play go fish with spirits, and then they just tell you what cards you have, and stuff like that. Can't play para twister. I know I bring that up a lot on lives, but I think it would be kind of funny. Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be more like a. I think checkers and chess have been around for a really long time, so I think it would be definitely fit that era. Old maid, yeah. Crazy eights if you want to play crazy eights. Um, I don't know. It's just and I don't know if you guys ever seen this on a show where they have like mirrors and they try to trap a spirit in mirrors. I'm on the fence with that because I don't think that can happen. Poker, absolutely, absolutely. Got to get a cigar ready. Well, yeah, speaking of that, I do have to get cigars for next weekend. But yeah, everyone knows poker. I don't know. Just be different. I love being different. I think that's the best quality I have is just to be different. mean, yeah, we got your digital voice recorders that you run all night, and you got your flashlights. You like to play the flashlight game, and the flashlight game is good too, but that's, so much on the fence because of the science behind it. Me, I don't like rotating the end of the flashlight. You know what I mean? I like to have it where it's a push button, so it's makes it a little bit more tougher. And then it shows that spirit can do it. What do you think, Felix? You like those kind of games? I don't know. She'll talk. One of these days she'll talk. Yeah. It's pretty much all on my mind right now. Let's see. Oh yeah, another one I thought about. Kat, if you're listening, or Will, they have jacks. Play jacks, like what they do in the prison and stuff like that. Yeah, it's different. Not everybody. Not everybody. Not everybody likes the flashlight game. I mean, I seen Ghost Hunters. Ghost Hunters use it a lot. What else do they use? Did they? I'm trying to think what other games that they played. I thought they played some other game. Maybe it was Tag. I don't know. Could have been Tag. Yes, I would. I'd probably fly off that chair. I would fly off that chair. Oh, yeah, lost me. Uh-oh. That's not good. I'm still here. I didn't lose myself just yet. Give me a couple more years and then I'll lose myself. Then this gray beard would match up to my age. Huh. Yeah, that's Facebook for you. Stupid old Facebook. And I'm not going to say I'm sorry either. Facebook just doesn't get it right anymore. It's all about being copyrighted from other countries and people getting into your shit and think it's their shit, and that's a whole tire I can get into, but come on, Felix, tap me on the shoulder. Okay. Is that the one at the door, though, right? Carmen? Is that with the door? Because I remember you showing me that one with the door. Maybe that's a newer video that I haven't seen yet. I've seen a lot of videos lately. Kim, I still haven't gotten to yours yet. I got sidetracked. So, what was it I was supposed to listen for in your video, Kim? I'll have to go back and check, Carmen. I have not seen it. Sorry. I got a little busy. Had an investigation last Friday, and I was out all day on Saturdays, so I'll go back and look though. Kim, if you're still in here, I forgot, what was I supposed to check in your video again? Was it a voice or something moving? Okay. Interesting. other than that, I don't know. Like I said, tonight's open forum. We got time. I mean, if there's something else you guys want to talk about, we could talk about something else. Um, I can. I mean, if Facebook is becoming an issue, step out and go to the MGS Paranormal YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate you if you go there. If you can't get into Facebook. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. So, I was talking about experiments. Um, the other thing I was going to talk about too is premonitions. So, premonitions is a kind of interesting topic, if I do say so myself. Do any of you get any premonitions and anything like know what's going to happen next out farther, like a week in advance, 6 months in advance, a month in advance? Has that anything like that happen to you at all? And when it does, it's like, oh, I thought about this, or I dreamt about this. So, what kind of feelings have you been getting? I mean, do you feel that a certain state isn't in trouble of stuff or weather, or do you feel like a big event's going to happen, like earth-shattering event? What do you feel? I'm gonna have to change this title later on. So now that I think about it, sorry for the misleading title there, but I don't know. I don't know if premonitions is true or real. I think there has to be a lot to go into it. For mediumship and psychics, and I I think they have a better chance than us in our dreams and deja vu and stuff like that. Um, but sometimes our gut feeling has a feeling that something's not right. You know, um, just like before the show, I had a gut feeling that I think her internet's gone, and so I wasn't gonna be able to have her on the show tonight. Okay, so you got a family member, so that's and that hits home. When you get something that deals with a family member, that hits pretty hard. And sometimes, do you really want to know? I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if I would want to know. If it's something awful, I mean, you got to prepare yourself for it, obviously, but I don't know. Uh-oh. Well, when you're on an investigation, and this is what I told the lady that was with us Friday night. If you feel like something's coming up and it's in your gut feeling, you gotta say it. Just don't ignore it, because I think if you ignore it, you'll be you'll just have no control of what happens. So you'd rather know and expect it, and just go with your gut feeling. Don't second guess yourself. Oh man, yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Hey Dom, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while, brother. Hope everything's going okay down here in Florida. Hell of a mess down there. Sorry to hear all that happened. Uh, Sanibel is one of those. Sanibel Island is one of those places that really touches my heart because it's one of my favorite places I've been to. I was hoping that next year I get down there again, but now after everything happened, I think it's going to be a good 5 years before I even get back down there. It's probably going to take that long just to rebuild. So, Fort Myers, yeah. That was scary. I mean, the first time I was down there, we had a Category 1, but, I don't know. That just sucks. And I actually, you know what? I think that storm kind of came out of nowhere. Because the last time I saw it was like in between Cuba and another island. It was just stuck right in the middle. And before I know it, was just right there. So it just kind of came out of nowhere. No, I mean it's okay. When it comes to if you got your equipment with you, and then you have your feelings, and then you second guess, but then if your equipment picks up on your first feelings, then excuse me, if your equipment picks up on your first gut feeling, then that equipment just validated your feeling. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's okay to a certain point. I mean, if you have no equipment and it's just you and you have this feeling, but you're not going to go with it, and you second guess and you go with the other feeling, but it ends up being your first feeling, but then you have nothing that validates it. You know what I'm saying? So having equipment with you to back up your first gut feeling is a good thing. And that's what I said, and that's what I mean. You should go with your first feeling. Um, that's just it's your body. It's your body telling you something, and not to go against your body. I mean, that's when people go on investigations, a lot of times they ask, okay, what's your favorite piece of equipment? A lot of them will say recorders, and a lot of them will say maybe audio and video, right? But then there's the people that like to use themselves. And sometimes using yourself is your best piece of equipment because that can determine your investigation of which way and what direction you're going to go. So that's my feeling of it. There's a lot of times that I second guess equipment, and I shouldn't, but it's about the location that you're at. What's going to work, what's not going to work. Do you have enough power for it? Do you have sorry, it's my wire. Do you have the Wi-Fi? Sometimes you go to locations and Wi-Fi don't work. Then you have to run everything off your hotspot. And sometimes it kicks you out of your hotspot. Like I had last Friday. I was trying to get my tablet to work, get you guys a better, bigger view of what's going on instead of through a phone, and it wasn't working. So I had to improvise. Investigations are all about improvising. Where you're at, what you're doing, what's going to work, what's not going to work, what technique is the best way to go about it. You know, none of us are pros at this. It's all guesswork. That's how I feel. Well, and I'm sure you do get all sorts of different feelings. And it's, know your space. There's a lot of things that could happen. Mixed feelings, multiple spirits they're latching on to what you're feeling, can cause different feelings. And that's where I could see where you would get mixed feelings on what your gut feeling is telling you and what the spirits are telling you, and, in your body and all that stuff. So I can see that. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm just an investigator, that likes to do this stuff. I have the passion for it. And, when you ever stop learning, I always say, whenever you stop learning and you don't think you can learn anything new in this field, then it's time to get out. There is never a day that I don't learn something different from somebody else. It has different ideas, different agendas, different experiments. That's how you feed off each other. That's how you all learn. If it works for them, it may not work for you, but what works for you may not work for them. Or if they both work for you, then you got science that's behind it. Then try something different. So, I'm a little long-winded, sorry. Anywho, I know I blabbed on all night. It's like, is this guy ever going to shut up? Eventually I will. But any more ideas or thoughts you guys want to talk about? I mean, we got about maybe 10, 15 minutes or so we can go, and before I shut her down. It's been a while. It's been a while since we just had a discussion. I've had nothing but guests on lately, and I'd like having guests on, if you all didn't know that by now, but I like talking to people. I'm a people person, right? So, oh yes. Now, speaking of guests, I do have to point this out. I am having let's see, what's the best way to describe him? He's very much intuitive into your head. He gets you to start thinking. Okay? But he is also a magician. His name is Joe Diamond. So I'll be having him on Monday night. So be prepared for that. So he might ask somebody that, out of random, in the list, in the comments here, that I might pull you in and see if he does a mind read. So, whoops. Oh, well, I let's see. So I released a TikTok earlier this week. And I had my top five places on a bucket list. I believe I had. No, I should go look and find it. No, me, I don't remember my own list. Let's see. Oh, yes, here we go. I have it. All right, so the list I have is Waverly Hills. I still want to get to that place, even though there's a lot of controversy going on there and stuff what's going on. It's not a lot of good stuff, so eventually I like to get there before it shuts down. What else? One here. Whoop. Let's see. Yeah. He's good, though. He's good at reading your mind a little bit. Trust me. Look him up. Joe Diamond. He's a very interesting guy. He was on a podcast show about maybe a couple years ago that I was part of, and I got to be able to do an experiment, and he gets you. He really does. It's pretty interesting. So I had Waverly Hills. I also have Alcatraz. Alcatraz is another. Yeah, right. I mean, it's kind of like you watch him. He has his TikToks, okay, and like he's focusing on bending a spoon or a fork, and he's holding it, but he's holding his hand like this, so he's not touching it, and it bends, and then he bends it straight back up. It's very interesting. So let's see. Like I said, Waverly Hills. I have Alcatraz. Alcatraz is one of my favorite ones that I want to get to. And well, I heard. A friend of mine said if you go out there, there's a. Hey, Bob, how you doing? There's like a drawing that you put your name in a hat, and they draw names, and then if you get they pull your name, they let you go on the island and investigate at free charge. So I don't know if they still do that, but that's what he told me. So be interesting. And then I have Randolph County Infirmary. Randolph is very, very haunted. A friend of mine, Cynthia Jordius, and April Richardson was just there not too long ago, along with Traveler's Moon. Let's see, Hinsdale House. That's another one. That's a favorite of mine with Dan. Yeah, I know it's pretty ugly down there right now. So, and really, it'll probably be a couple years before I even get there. So, but it's one that is on my bucket list. So before they turn it into apartments, which I hope it doesn't happen. That's what I really want to use it for. Hanging bells. Now that's an idea that I forgot about. Yeah, maybe I'll have to find some bells. Good idea, Kim. Let's see. Waverly Hills, Randolph County, Hinsdale House, Amityville Horror, of course. Who cannot want to go to Amityville? Let's see. I think I hit my list. Oh no, Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. That's another one on my list. That's a biggie. That's a biggie for me right there. I think it kind of matches up with Waverly in a way for activity, but I think it's a wee bit more. Yeah, that's my bucket list for now. I'm sure it will grow. I know there's a was it a haunted hospital in Texas that my friend has been to. So, what else? Oh, I don't want that either. Yeah, get that off my face. Sorry, I'm talking to my phone. What hospital is that now? If he's in chat, he would tell me. Can't think of it. I think Destination Fear has been there. I think so. I don't know. Haunted hospitals. I think those would be kind of cool. Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. That's one. That's a biggie too. I never thought about that one. Yeah, you read my mind there, Bob. You're probably typing it as much as I was spitting it out. I've heard lots of stuff, lots of stories with that one. And Octagon. Yeah, Octagon House, yeah. I've heard of that one. We also have a couple places up here in Wisconsin. It's close by, about half hour away. Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac is at the bottom of Lake Winnebago. And they got a few places. Oh, yes, Broken Bow. Yes, Broken Bow is another one. Very cool. Very cool. I think I've seen him probably on video too. Yes, Ashley Storm's Broken Bow Asylum. Yes, that is another good place on my bucket list. Kim, you're on a roll tonight. You're on a roll. And that Ashley is a cool person as well. So if you guys have time to make it down to Oklahoma, go to Broken Bow Asylum. I think you have a great time. And she feeds you. So, and she doesn't charge a whole lot. So that's two big benefits. Two big benefits. So, hey Patricia, how you doing? Hope everything's going okay with you guys down in Florida. Hopefully not too much damage over by your house. But other than that, well, I'm sure there's places out in Las Vegas that are pretty haunted. And I'm not talking about some museum either, so we'll get off of that subject. if you get my drift, there's a certain person I don't care for. But maybe one of the old casinos, if they're still up and nothing's going on. Maybe one of them are haunted, probably. Bruce Lee's, the cemetery that Bruce Lee is in, I think would be interesting. Interesting. I never heard of that one. So I'll have to look that up. I know a few of my friends live out that way, so see if they can go test the waters. Not sure. Oh, okay. Matt Warner. Yep, I know who Matt Warner is. Yep. That's an interesting guy. Interesting guy. Let's see. Man. There's a lot of asylums that are out there today I would like to go into. Now, Sheboygan Sheboygan County Asylum up here in Sheboygan is a pretty cool place. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty cool place, but it's quite spendy. Quite spendy. I don't know. I can never see myself spending $2,400 for a 12-hour investigation. I think that's just a little on the ridiculous side. Pennhurst, yep. Yep, Pennhurst is always fun to... I've seen lots of Pennhurst stuff. I think the world's largest ghost hunt was on Discovery, I think, had it one year. And there's a team in there for 2 weeks. So, Sally's house, yes. There you go. McAteer Villa, to counter that one. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool. You get it all over there, Carmen. You get all over. Queen Mary. Now, I've heard that they shut that down, but then I also heard they moved that. What do you know? Do you know more about that, Bob? Lizzie Borden. Oh yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, Lizzie Borden is like $2,200 for 8 hours. Pretty spendy. Not sure. Okay. Yeah, I heard some. I don't know who it was. I think it was last month. Someone said that the Queen Mary was moved somewhere else. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, it looks a pretty cool place. I mean, I seen footage when Nick Groff was in there for a little bit, but not too much. Yeah, Lizzie Borden, very spendy. Yeah, I mean, I suppose now in the Lizzie Borden house, isn't it like more like three or four main spirits are in that building, or is there more than four? I know the main one is she's all decked out in black, and really messes with you. Oh, see, that sucks. And I don't understand why they shut a nice location up like that. Unless it's structural damage. I mean, is there structural damage to it? Is that why they're closing that down? Or they closed it down? That's the thing, you know. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. You're lucky you didn't get caught. Oh, yes, the good old Alex Ackmer house. If you have not seen videos on that, then you better pull that rock off your head. That is a crazy, crazy little house. Never investigated it yet, but eventually I'll get there. If you don't know where Melver Manor is in Malvern, Iowa, it's about 30 miles away from there in Villisca. Yeah, that's a crazy location. I mean, all sorts of emotions, and Amy's Crypt. If you haven't found her, follow her on YouTube. She's got some cool videos. So check out Amy's Crypt while you're on YouTube at some point. Yeah, 5 times. Yeah, I don't know. That might be a tough one. I don't know, but that, to me, so how little that house is, I think that you have to be in there by yourself to get full effect. No? That's just me, though. Oh, yeah, Salem, yep. Well, oh, crap, 1,800. Wow. Jeez. I don't know. Let's say I don't like going to places that are so darn expensive. I like to hit the small places. I mean, I went to the Karsten Nest Hotel in Kewanee, in Wisconsin, and that was a pretty cool place. Oh yeah, I can see that. And they still don't they have like the uh, what's the word I'm looking for? The gallows. Don't they still have the gallows out there for where they did the hanging? And then the cemeteries are pretty crazy out there too, where all the witches are buried. So, but I don't know enough about Salem to really say much. It's just what's at the top of my head. So take that with a grain of salt. So okay, okay. And I was like I said, I wasn't sure. I mean, I thought I heard that it was still there, but like I said, don't know enough to speak on it as fluent. So, but other than that, well, it's a good night. Definitely did not expect a crowd on a subject change. Good turnout tonight, guys. Great. I'm grateful for all of you that came in and talked, and maybe I should have more open forum nights. I don't know. This turned out really well, and so I think I'm gonna start wrapping it up here, guys. You guys had a lot of great ideas, a lot of great haunted locations and spirit experiments. That's just a lot of stuff I like, and you guys came up with some really, really good ones. Tim, that was in here before, he came up with a really cool idea, and his idea was to hide an object and have the spirit tell you if it's intelligent where the object is. So, Kim, if you didn't hear that before, that's what he had. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Hey, Matt. How you doing? Glad to see you make it in. Glad you liked the show. Anyhow, I was supposed to have Shea on, but you probably already knew that. So I don't know. Like I said, she must have had some internet issues or something came up or whatnot. But that's okay. We'll try again down the road. So speaking of which, now tonight's about Paranormal Buzz Radio, and so if you guys haven't got to it yet, check out Paranormal Buzz Radio. It's available on Spreaker and all major internet outlets for audio and podcasting and stuff like that. And you'll find numerous of shows on there, a wide variety of shows. And they all kind of typically run an hour or so. And thank you, Penny. So yeah, absolutely, go check out. Yeah, okay. Like I said, I have the Paranormal Bus Stop, which is the radio show that I host on every third Monday of the month. And then you got Shea Carroll with Shea's Paranormal. And then you have RP Paranormal, just to name a few. And go check them out. Have fun with those shows. You'll learn a lot of different stuff, neat ideas, interesting guests, So never a dull moment in Paranormal Buzz Radio, live on Spreaker. So there's a little short plug there for all of you guys. Thank you, Carmen. So with that, here goes with the old saying. So thank you for watching. My name is Darren, if you didn't see down in the corner there. And you have been watching the Paranormal Brew and the BB3 TV networks. Also, if you do not have Facebook, or Facebook is just screwing everything all up, you can join me on the MGS Paranormal YouTube channel as well at the same time. So with that, I bid you adieu, and you all have a wonderful Friday night. So long, everybody.